Hey, good morning everybody. Clint here with CCUA. We've got another veg out video for you. Today we're going to do a quick farm tour just around the farm. We haven't done one of those in a little while, so it'll be a good opportunity to look and see what all has changed over the last couple weeks. So, of course, as always, the plants are just getting taller and taller, but right now especially we've been seeing a lot more butterflies and other pollinators, especially over here on our home flowers.
They'll come out and they'll actually tell you, hey guys, this is what they're trying to do. What this guy's trying to do
over here, which looks like already been emptied. I was kind of curious to see how much that had filled up. A whole lot of rain here last night. See our plants here. Almost an obstacle course.
Yeah, you're right.
Got lots of peppers growing. Harvested a few of them so far. Hoping there'd be a couple on here we could take a look at. Sometimes they like to hide though. A lot of grasshoppers right now. Oh, here's a really good pepper. Kind of hidden down in there. Beautiful bell pepper. Oh yeah, there's actually several down there I see. We've got these sunflowers that I really like. Such a nice pale yellow. Kale forest is massive as always. I cannot understate or overstate how many butterflies there are flying around out here. So this is our, this is actually buckwheat here. That is a cover crop. You can see a lot of it, all that's laying down there in the row is from the storm yesterday. But what that'll do is that buckwheat actually will hold that soil in the ground. Kind of prevents it from eroding or washing away. It also provides great forage for pollinators. You can probably see some of the bigger bees on camera. There's lots of little tiny ones flying around too. I don't know what this plant is, but it is beautiful. Just love those big open blossoms. Kind of reminds me of okra blossoms. And then pink. I wonder if this will be a pink one here as well. You can see we've got lots of tomatoes. We stay pretty on top of those, so there's not usually any ripe ones on the vine. They get grabbed pretty quick. But lots of green ones that are going to ripen up here real shortly. Ooh, here's a fun one. Here's a sweet potato blossom. Yep. Gotta make sure it's not actually a morning glory. It's easy to mistake those sometimes. But yeah, our sweet potatoes are doing super well over here. They've pretty much spread out and covered all of the ground area where they were planted. So that's always a good sign. Got some cucumbers here. Some that are a little earlier along and some in this row that are a little further along. Zinnias, always one of my favorite summer flowers. Lots more kale. And then we've been harvesting some carrots out here. So we've gotten lots and lots of carrots lately. And lots more to come too. So we've still got a full row and a half right here. Plus a couple more rows over here. Okra's looking good. So we've got those beautiful blossoms there. And the okra pods hiding out. A couple tiny ones. Oh, I'm gonna let them get a little bit bigger before we eat them though. Oh yeah. But yeah, you can see the storm really came through. knocked over a lot of our stuff. Luckily, all of our vegetables are pretty low to the ground. Kind of like walking through a jungle right now. A very sweet, licorice smelling jungle. There we go. Oh yeah, you can see so many things have just been laid down by the storm. Not our fig though. Standing up strong. Lots of little figs on there too. Not quite ripe yet though. They'll start to turn a nice orangish brown kind of color once they start to ripen back up. Lots of these surprise lilies or jump up Johnnies growing over back here. And then, this is pretty. These elderflower or elderberry stalks. Just like how that kind of bright fuchsia that they get after the berries fall off or get picked off. Kind of a nice rustly sound walking through all those leaves though. Bees are active today. Got one buzzed right by my ear. Blackberry vines. I think if we're not done with blackberries, then we're at the very tail end of them. Oh, here's a good example of something that we don't usually like to see on the farm. A little bit of erosion happening here. So you can see the rain washed some of the water, some of the mulch from up there by the caterpillar tunnel, and it washed it all the way down here where there was not mulch. And then all that dirt underneath it is laid bare as well. So it helped, the mulch helped a little bit because clearly that soil didn't run all the way, just in that one spot. And our rain garden is a bit overgrown right now, so we won't be able to really see in there. I would imagine there's quite a bit of water standing in there right now, especially after last night. But that's the idea, right? All that excess water from big rain events like that, they just get funneled down here where they have a chance to infiltrate, where the water has a chance to infiltrate back into the soil. So right now it might be the middle of summer, but that means that we are thinking about the fall. So in here we have lots and lots of fall time crops, cool season crops. So let's see, we've got lots of turnips, this is some chard. Lots of collards. Oh, actually, no, these aren't collards. These are kohlrabi. Collards must already be out in the ground. And then a lot more turnips. Turnips and collards looks like is on the menu for this fall. We're going to take a quick look at the chickens, see how they're doing. See if they're out and about. I see a couple in there. Perching up over on their little stand, hanging out in the shade. Yeah, you can see a lot of, oh yeah, look, they get excited. They think I'm going to feed them. But you can see we got a good bit of that erosion down here in the chicken run as well. Usually there's just a nice thick layer of straw and plant matter and all kinds of other stuff in there. But a lot of that is kind of washed out, so we got a lot of bare dirt in there. Might be time to lay some more straw down. A little baby sunflower. That's cute. Well, let's take a look at our outdoor classroom and see how that's looking. Still got a few pumpkin plants just hanging on for dear life. Our ground cherries are looking really good. I actually was able to harvest a bunch of these and use them as part of one of my cooking videos. I made coffee cake, ground cherry coffee cake. It was super, super tasty. Here are tomatoes. We're getting more and more tomatoes on these. And then lots of mouse melons too, which I believe Tamra, who works with us, is going to do a cooking video about how to use some mouse melons. And she may have done that already, I'm not totally sure. Some of these look like they got a little bite taken out of them. Got a little mouse coming along and munching on our melons. Got our peppers over here. Let's check our big one over here. I know that had a few peppers on it. Or maybe not. Oh, yep. They're hiding in there. Still nice and green. We'll wait till those have some color until we pick those off. And our loofah, which just can't stop, won't stop growing, but can't start, won't start producing any flowers. So this may just end up being a totally decorative plant this year, which is okay with me. I think it's awfully pretty. But it is always a bummer when something doesn't grow quite the way that you were expecting it to. Well, that's about all we've got, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We hope you'll catch us again for our Veg Out video tomorrow. We'll see you then.